Thank you for joining us. If you're still with us, it's still Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's get to have a conversation now. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has criticized the Tinubu-led All Progressive Congress, APC, government, attributing recent food stampedes in Oyo, Anambra and Abuja to rising poverty and hunger under its leadership.
The PDP reiterated that the stampedes, which claimed around 60 lives, reflect worsening desperation among Nigerians. National Publicity Secretary Debo Olugwagba accused the APC of insensitivity, corruption and mismanagement, citing economic hardship, increased suicides and dangerous migration attempts as consequences of poor governance.
Very true. He also criticized the APC's neglect of agriculture and flawed policies like abrupt fuel price hikes and the Naira unstructured float. The PDP urged immediate policy review to alleviate suffering and prevent further tragedies.
It extended condolences to affected families, praised Governor Seyi Makinde's swift response in Oyo and called for investigations into the stampedes. The statement concluded with prayers for deceased and wishes for the injured's recovery.
Very true. We still have with us Emeka Madunago. Thank you so very much, Emeka.
Thank you so much, Emeka.
Appreciate you. Now, a couple of days back, Emeka, in Germany, particularly, there was a car rammed into a Christmas market in Germany, and about 11 people died, or 10 or 11 died. Now, it was a national tragedy in Germany. The president came, the flag actually flew at half-mast just because of that. And here we have 60 persons, 60 Nigerians just died because they were struggling for something. And it's gone and gone, and Nigerians are not even talking about it that much. So does that mean that it's become so common for us to see situations like this and just desire it goes past so we can get and continue with our lives?
Thank you very much. You see, it's sad. I'll look at it two ways. There are people who have been giving up palliatives on a regular basis and nothing untoward has ever happened. It boils down to poor organization. Poor organization. The organizers at the Catholic Church in Maitama, Abuja said they were overwhelmed. Look, when you want to share food, are you sharing food to members of your church or to the general public? If it's members of your church, you have at least an idea of regular members. But when sharing to the general public, there is no way you can meet up the demands of the general public. And for me, I'm sorry if it offends anybody, but I don't believe in all this sharing of all these palliatives. I don't believe in it. Because if you share today, when the food finishes today, will you feed them tomorrow? What I believe in said is empowering people. Put power in people's hands to earn a living.
But before the people would actually learn, they need to eat, to stay alive, to learn and actually be empowered.
You are working, you are earning. Now there are people who sit at home, just fold their hands. Nigeria is bad. There is no work. But there are people out there, one way or the other, doing one thing or the other, at least to put food. Let me tell you something. Depending on what the Americans call the dole, these palliatives, is not on a sustainable basis. It can't sustain any family or any individual. You got to go out to work. You got to go out to earn money. That is the fact. I know, yes, that's why I said it boils down to two things. Poor organization. And then two, we've dovetailed into the second thing I want to say. Nigeria should also try to treat this hunger problem with more discernment. Nigerians are resilient. You see, what people have gone through in the last few years would have broken people in other countries, But I commend the people who, who decided to go out of their way to, give food to people, to give succor. I commend them, even though I don't believe in it. But I think when in doing such things, you should estimate the capacity of what you want to do. You should do proper profiling. And it's better to organize it in a fenced area. Try to avoid doing it in an open area because, look, there may not be any intention by the recipients to cause any chaos or mayhem. But there are people, mischief makers, who may come to cause problem.
Okay, now I'm talking about this causing problem. Now the police force is asking for apology from the amnesty program, saying that the amnesty agency saying that they never caused the stampede, or they never partake in what actually brought about the stampede. Now I want to also bring about this. Ologwaba criticized the APC for false claims of economic progress and food sufficiency while failing to make meaningful investment in agriculture and food production. Now, in this country, if we go through the grand scheme in the Nigeria history, those who have actually gained more at the agricultural sector, are we going to say that the federal government did not do their part, or those who actually collected these grants use it as a front line to just siphon money?
No. People collecting agricultural grants have largely invested in them. They have largely used them well. I'm talking of people. I'm not talking of the briefcase investors. The big men who get billions, anchor borrowers and all that, and they didn't anchor anything. They only borrowed money, they didn't anchor anything. So, what I'm saying largely is that, yes, the federal government is to blame, because a lot of schemes have come out, as federal government initiatives, anchor borrowers, the AGMES and the rest of them. But who are those giving all these things? I'm a farmer. I applied for an AGMES loan some years ago, 10 million naira. Was I giving? I wasn't giving. Even though with all the trainings, medal training and everything, I met the requirements, I wasn't giving. But the thing is that you will see people who have no business with farming, with agriculture, being given this thing. And then, okay, look at the lack of a coherent economic policy. Let me show you clearly. Nigeria, for more than 15 years, the mainstay for our GDP was agriculture. But suddenly, this year, it became services. Now, tell me, what are services? Telecoms, food, and all those, entertainment. Those things are soft sides of the economy. They are not sustainable, because agriculture is a wheel that keeps running. It's when people are well fed that they will think of entertainment, that they will think of going to buy things, that they will think of, loading data or airtime on their phones. Good. So, when we saw that, I raised the alarm some months ago. I said there will be more problems. So, now that services have displaced agriculture, we're going to have more problems, because we are not one of those countries in the world that depend largely on services. We don't have that strong culture, that strong services culture in Nigeria, that we should go back to agriculture. Yes, we talk about subsistence agriculture, but tell me, somebody said, is it not the same subsistence agriculture that has sustained Nigeria for decades? Why are we now suddenly making it look like subsistence agriculture belongs, to the Stone Ages? Now, what we need to do, yes, we talk of commercial farming. Yes, we can start onboarding people. It's a gradual process. Onboard people to, commercial farming. But take note, what's the cost of a tractor today? Tractors are very expensive. But you have a lot of tractors that have just been left idle by state governments. So I won't blame only the federal government. I also blame the state government, because the lands are actually under the control of the state and local governments. There are no federal farmers. You have a federal minister of agriculture. You don't have, any federal farmers. So, what do you have? The state government, the local government should do more in terms of farming.
Emeka, it's we do not. Lots of Nigerians, do not know who Minister of Agriculture still is. Nobody knows who Agriculture is. There was an expose that was made where those who, of course, carried foods from the north, in logistics from the north to the southern part of Nigeria, detailed how much they paid. Along the road, checkpoints and all that.
Military checkpoints, police checkpoints, produce checkpoints.
Just before
even youths who have nothing on the road, just social.
Beautiful. So with all of this, so do you think if PDP were to be in power, do you think they would have done anything different? Because it's quick to oppose and to say bad things against people you do not like.
But it's not about people you do not like. With due respect, I would rather say PDP is playing its role as an opposition party, and they have to play that role properly, because APC did worse. APC played an adversarial opposition role. Now, in part, I will blame the PDP.
Why?
When President Goodluck Jonathan was there, 2014, he announced that Nigeria was going to reduce the importation of rice and encourage local production. I went in search of loans, to go into rice packaging. I contacted people. I contacted Ebonyi State government. I have a friend there. I said, you'll be helping me to bring rice so that I'll be packaging here, so that we can start selling 10 kg, 5, because I saw in demand, you had 10 kg, 5 kg. I didn't want to go into the few kg. So we measured in terms of bushels. I think 3 bushels will come to about 60 or 70 kg. So we did all the calculations. There was one guy working with me then. He actually visited, Ebonyi, did feasibility study, and then we packaged everything. The only impediment we had was the production of the bags. It was too prohibitive. And I was thinking that Dr. Jonathan, President Jonathan, would have done something about bringing down the cost of the bags so that it would be easy for people like us, to do the business. Because there were people who were getting these bags, from China, from different places, with the names, lamented with the names of popular products. Everyone's still doing it now. They'll just bring a local rice, pour it into bags, people and claim it's imported. But I wanted to do it, even using my media outreach, to say, yes, I'm involved in the sale of Nigerian rice. That this, I prepared a campaign. Lo and behold, it was business as usual.
Or is it that you did not get, but others equally?
No, it was business, because you know what? The government didn't do anything. Jonathan didn't fulfill his promise. It was Buhari who came in and actually went out of his way, to reduce the importation of rice. Remember, he shut the borders for some time.
Which, of course, makes the cost of rice extremely high for everyone.
The problem was this. The flooding of one of those years, actually dealt with, like in Kebbi, Katsina, some places, it wiped out many rice farms. It wiped out many, there were videos, it wiped out many rice farms. So now, the thing is this, the shutting of the border was ill-advised. Government could have just simply increased tariff on importation of rice, and then followed up on that anchor borrowers. Because there are many people, and then there are people who borrowed money, who took money from anchor borrowers scheme, and disappeared from the country, ran away. There's no trace of them, but I believe I'm a proponent of cooperative, doing things through cooperative. If you mobilize people, within specific trade areas, business areas, into cooperatives, then you know who to hold responsible. So whoever is the chairman or whatever of the cooperative, you know where their homes are. You put people, you ensure that people with integrity head those cooperatives. So that when you now pump government money to them, you monitor them. You understand? You monitor them. There are over 1 million cooperative societies in Nigeria right now. And if we know, our parents, our grandparents actually also use cooperatives a lot to build houses, to pay school fees and all of those things, loans and all those support from cooperatives. So if we can continue like that, this hunger will be mitigated. Because why? People into maize production, right? You see, okay, because the naira has gone down, the value of the naira has gone down. People now harvest and take to francophone countries where the CFA is better. People harvest cassava tubers and they're moving to China. But if you have more production, if you remove those criminal headers from the forest, not all headers are criminal, but if you remove those who are criminals, from the forest, let people go into the forest. Let people be able to cultivate, things. You will find out that, look, there are things John was talking about that people have to eat today. There are things that are cultivated in 6 weeks. You understand? In 4 weeks, in 3 weeks. But the food cycle will continue, at least food will be available. But you don't know the Minister of Agriculture. I don't know him. You just, you put somebody who will be fluent and bad all over the place without a coherent policy. That is why you have hunger. Honestly, with due respect, I will give it to President Muhammadu Buhari that he tried. He tried to do something about this hunger, rice, maize, and all that. But unfortunately, he had people who didn't share his vision, and that's why the thing could have. Tinubu now came in. Instead of studying the situation, you should have taken like a month. maybe gone into recluse, like they do for traditional rulers before they crown them. They put them in isolation, He should have gone into isolation and then taken very clear, taking some briefings from Buhari's people. After that, he would have taken some strict measures that would have mitigated the hunger. Even in removing subsidy, devaluing naira, things wouldn't have gone as bad as they are.
Thank you so much, Emeka Madinago. Now, rounding up, looking at the rate of hunger, and it's a thing of joy. Let me just say, okay, the fuel price as of today is, according to the IPMAN, will be selling for 9.35.
So going forward, I hope they won't Stampede with the meter, so you see 9.35, and what you are buying is 1,005. I hope so. I pray Nigerians are there. I thank you.
Okay, moving on, because we know that the rate of hunger, except some policies are put in place, won't come down. Now, what is the way out for Nigerians, and what is the best advice to the government? Because moving forward, we're getting into 2025 already, and it's as though as the year goes by, it gets hotter, it gets harder. What is the way out?
Very simple. Look, the federal government claims it has silos, grain silos. But from information I gather, those silos are empty. So state governments must begin to build grain storages. Lagos State, you see, the funny thing is that, look, the colonial masters, just pardon this digression, colonial masters should have made Lagos a country. Because the way those fellows running Lagos State think is different from what other states are. Lagos prefers to do something, others do, oh, as if there's a different kind of human beings, in Lagos. Now, Lagos State government has set up a large food storage somewhere in Lagos. I don't know whether it's in Lekki or Ekpe or so. Large food storage. It shows they are thinking into the future. Now, the state governments should begin to set up food storage silos all over the place. So that right now, we are in the Harmattan season, right? People have started planting yams in sacks. People are planting yams in sacks right now. Then, in the next few weeks, the first rains of the year will start. The rains were not good this year. The rains didn't fall adequately this year. They delayed this year. But let's hope that next year will be better, even as we're talking of climate change. But let them build food storage. Let state governments become off-takers. Go to the farmers. It's an declared emergency in your state, food emergency. Go to the farmers, mop up the food stuff. Pay them well. Mop up the food stuff. You have some like Olam and others who are off-takers. But they get all these things, and a lot of them are exported. State governments mop, I'm not saying mop up totally and close out other businessmen, but what I'm saying is this: as off-takers, what you do, work with the farmers, pay them well, so that as they are harvesting, as you are picking these things, they are also able, for instance, you can open an irrigation point, you can open some wells, you can use solar pumps, to bring out water. Then where you have rivers or streams nearby, do some dredge them, so that these rivers will remain, will be flowing, and then from there you can be pumping water over, at least around nearby farms. You can pump water across nearby farms, and then what you find is that you will find out that food production with maize takes 3 months now. Within 3 months you have maize. Within 6 months, 9 months, you have yam. By January now, there are people who, in fact, some people are even harvesting cassava now. By January, when the first rains come and the ground is softer, more people harvest cassava. So what we need to do is this: develop a coherent agricultural policy. What are those food items that take 1 month, 6 weeks, 3 months, 9 months, 12 months to produce? The cassava that is 6 months, target it. Which areas can we target? 6 months. The cassava that is 12 months, which area? 9 months. Yam, 6 months, 9 months. Now what you do, also spread out, like I cultivated okra. I didn't go to my farm for some time and some of the okra dried. But good, which is an advantage to me. I have dry okra seeds. So when it starts raining again, in fact, my wife has already even started planting okra in bags. And the okra is already coming out. So what I'm saying is that even the individuals, we should teach people. Today, you have what you call aquaponics, where you can plant, you know, you can make use of bottles. You see bottles everywhere, literally in the streets. Take those bottles, let people in their homes, it will look like decoration. You know, teach people aquaponics so that they can plant all these things in their homes. If there are spaces, they can take all these bags you see littering everywhere, turn them into domestic gardens, home gardens, where they can cultivate some small things. Even look at the cost of vegetables and all those things. Cultivate those things, you will see that hunger, give you the next 6 months, the hunger will go down.
Thank you so much.
Very true. Very, very true. We cannot, you know, oversay some of these things because of Nigeria is a country with so much arable land, you know, that we can actually 55 million hectares of land, which is 2 times or 3 times the size of some countries.
True.
Yes. And if we can utilize that to feed ourselves, then I do not know what else we are looking for. But of course, that is just about the time we have for today. I'd like to say thank you to you for being part of it. And thank you
so much.
All right, people, we're just about to leave now, and it's countdown to Christmas. Today's the 23rd, isn't it?
Yes, today's 23rd.
So we have how many more days to go?
We just have tomorrow.
Tomorrow is 24th, and the next day is Christmas. All right, so people, I would love to say we are here. As journalists, of course, we know no break for us. Yes, we're here to always feed you with all the informative information you need, you know, to get by. But for today, it's about time we need to go. So remember, you can always visit and see us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may also like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwebike.
And I'm Choma Okoye.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.